Hi there, welcome to the show. My name is Brian James, this is DB Automotive. Now I've got something a little bit different this week. Normally I'd be going to car shows, and when I can't go to car shows I'll fill in by working on a car. That being said, I've also promised that I would start going over a lot of the historical car shows that I've been to, stuff that I've been to in the past, such as the Summer Nats and so on, Kumus. Today we've got something a little bit special, so without further ado, let's get on to the content. Okay, so what did you think of that intro? I've been working hard to try and get a decent intro for you guys, so please let us know in the comments below what you thought of it, what you didn't think of it, anything you'd like to see or change. Let's get on to what we're doing today. So today I've decided to show you how to use or put together a plug kit from Temu. So if you've been going back through some of the former videos, you'll find that I've bought a lot of stuff from places like Temu, AliAxis, made in China. Especially the electrical components such as the LED lights and so forth. They're super cheap and pretty reliable. Because they're so cheap, if they're not reliable, you just buy another set. So recently I got in a whole lot of wiring kits because I need to change the wiring on my Chevron. The Sparky that I contracted to do the job didn't do it to my spec, put in old blocks that were prone to having moisture getting into them and therefore corroding. And so I've gone to, and my Chinese site of preference is Temu, so I've gone to the Chinese site, ordered many plug kits. This is the DT or Deutsch kit. They come with plugs that can take from 2 wires up to 8 wires, and I ordered 2 kits, one to practice with because I haven't done this before, and one to do the car with. The other kit I got is that style, and I've had a play with them and they're good, but I prefer the Deutsch kit. So as we can see, they've got a rubber O-ring or sealing ring to go through here. You've got rubber in the back to seal the wires. So the whole kit is sealed. So without further ado, let's try and put one together, shall we? Okay, so if you're going to do a practice, first thing you want to do is select the kit you want to do. So for me, it's the 2-wire kit. Cut yourself up 4 wires, 2 wires for each side, depending on your wire stripper. Now, there are many different types of wire stripper. You've got this type, the standard type you get from every auto store, and this type. This is the type I prefer to use. So what we do is put it in the jaw or the cutting side that you want, bring it down, and I place my hand on this side and it just clicks it off. So strip all 4 wires. So in the kit you'll get a male prong and a female prong, for obvious reasons why they're called that, and they fit together like that. So let's get the wiring done. So normally you would, after you've stripped the wire, I turn them like this, just so you haven't got frayed ends going everywhere. And you can just stick that up, and you see it just goes up into here. Now, what I do with the kit is I'll just gently push these over a little bit. Now, you can do this and that would be done. But when you buy the kits, some of them come with terminal crimping pliers. So what I've found is where the jaws are going in like this, if you can see that, but on that wire you can just push that up against there and it gets done. So let's do that again. Push that up into there, making sure that that piece is facing up to the jaw that is about to come down onto it, and run it through its cycle. As you can see, that is now nicely crimped in. It won't let go. Do that to all 4. Now, if you've stripped it a little bit too long and it's just got a little bit poking out, don't worry, that's fine. You can chop it back if you want, if you are really pedantic about it. If not, don't worry about it. It's all going to get sealed in there anyway. Bring that down. Now you'll hear in the background a motor. That is the next door neighbour's quad. Rural life. Now for the male ones, sorry, for the female ones, it's exactly the same. Just chop it down a little bit. That one was a little bit too long. Grip them over like so, and just a pair of crappy long nose pliers will do the job. Hook that in, crimp it. So now your wires are all crimped. So which ones go where? That's a really good question. So what we need to look at is what goes in where. Now this is the telling part. So what that means is that the female cannot go through that hole. So what must go through that hole is the male. Okay. So, which goes where? So, when I offer this up to here, it sort of fits. So, if I offer this up to here, it doesn't do a hell of a lot. That falls right in. And doesn't click into place. So, let's put this in here. So that will slide in the back, and you'll feel it click into place. See? Clicks into place down there. And you can't bring it back out. Do the other one. Just slides into place, and that'll come up, and it is now solid. You can see the wires are sealed in the back. And that clips into there. So what you can do is take the rubber off, clip it into place. Now it takes a bit of, and you can feel it clip, and then you can put the O-ring back on it. Like I say, I'm learning with you. Okay, let's get that O-ring on there. In the instruction videos, they make it look very easy. Right, so before we put everything in here, let's just check that this clips in. Oh, yep. So that still clips in. Sorry, push it down and it comes out again. So that's our first one done. So next one, get that up into there, and you can feel it click, and it's no return. Again, go. You can see that the males have come through at the back there. Make sure that they're about the same length. and you can now put the wedge in. I will assume that that part of the wedge goes to the bottom of the plug. Use your pliers like that and slot it in and click it into place. And it should just click into place like that. Again, the wires are now safe. Right, see if it clips together. Right, it does. Okay, so now we have our plug that's wired up. Now I will assume that you have bought another kit to do testing with. For me, that's a very good idea because I didn't know what I was doing, as was quite obvious in the video. So you can practice to your little heart's content. Now you've got it together to this stage, how are you going to test it? I would suggest using a multimeter, but most people don't own a multimeter. I've just bought one and I'm slowly learning how to use it, but this is to show you how you can use something else other than a multimeter. So what we'll do is show you now how I test that the current or the connection is running through without you having to use a multimeter, because the last thing you need to do is wire your car with all your new plugs to find that you haven't done it quite right and everything's not working. Okay, so if you've got a car and you've got a battery, you've got a way of testing your plug. So here we have our plug. As you can see, I've got it yellow connected to the yellow lead and green connected to the green lead. I have my black connected to the earth, and I have my power light, my power wire. So what we need to do is make sure that that current is going through and I have the connector connected up correctly. I would say that that's quite positive. There's my indicator working. And yep, brake light working. So make sure, because that is 12 volts, that's your battery. In this case it's 500 cranking amps. Make sure that that doesn't earth out anywhere. So for me, I can just put it on the plastic bridge that's holding my battery in. So we now know that that is correct. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any comments, please use the comment section below. If you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. Yeah, you guys have a great day and thank you for taking the time to watch. So it's selfie stick time. Let's take you for a spin around the garage. Okay, you ready? There you go. You can see the garage. Oh, if we go faster, will you get dizzy? Oh, going up. Wow. Jesus, I got dizzy.